All right, Shalom. This is Harawan Ban Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This is another update dealing with the spirit, prophecy, current events. World War III, the sound of battle is in the land, right? We still got a lot of prophecies that got to play out first. A few more prophecies, like martial law, famine, economic crash, America put into darkness, and ultimately the race wars and the MOTB. And then the judgment for that MOTB would be the judgment of fire from the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, as prophesied in the scriptures. So we're in that time, all right? We're in that time to where the Lord's prophecies are manifesting, all right? And so I want to read this that caught my attention on the Metro news website. And it says World War III has already begun. And this is from yesterday. Claims Russian state TV with a threat to NATO. Whew. All right, and that's scriptural. I was reading the scripture earlier. I think it was Revelations 13 with the establishment of the beast and how the Lord was going to raise up Russia against the beast, NATO, right? And bring it down at the end of this man's system. So let's read it. It says here, let's take this real quick. All right, it says one of Putin's top propagandists has said World War III has begun. And World War goes beyond a regional war. You see, this is going to be a world war to where all the nations get involved, and it's fought in different regions by world or should I say countries. All right, that's how it became a world war with World War I and World War II. All right, World War I in 1914 to 1918. All right, with Kaiser Wilhelm. And World War II from around 1938 all the way to 1945 with Hitler. All right, and the establishment of the nuclear age with America, the Horde becoming the spearhead for NATO, and Russia becoming the adversary to America, all right, with the establishment of their nuclear arsenal as well. Setting the stage for these end-time events. So it says here, one of Putin's top propagandists has said World War III has begun and Russia will now demilitarize NATO. So they're going to start breaking down NATO, man. Basically demilitarizing NATO in that region first, over there in Ukraine. All right? That's what's about to happen, man. He may announce it, and he may not, Putin. Russian state TV anchor Olga Skabieva, sheesh, claimed Moscow's special military operation in Ukraine was now over. Ain't that something? So what's today? Wednesday, June 1st. And they saying the operation over there in Ukraine is over. Like they did their job. Allegedly. On her Razia 1 show, She then said the West's supply of weapons to Zelensky's troops meant it was now a global conflict. See, now it has become a world war. All right, in that sense, that America has gotten involved, and the NATO allies have gotten involved, right? Especially over there in Europe, and they're also going to war with Russia economically. It's time to admit, perhaps, that Russia's special operation in Ukraine is now over. Skabieva said, in the sense that a real war has started. Not a proxy war, but a real war is starting. So we at the precipice, the beginning of it. World War III. Kyle Langley, Alba Shimel Shah. World War III. We are being forced to demilitarize, not just Ukraine, but NATO as a whole. Why am I talking about this? It was not only Smirk MLRS with cluster munitions that struck the Donetsk. The strikes were carried out with American M777 howitzers. So they're saying America has gotten involved into the war, man. So it's becoming a hot war now. All right, World War III. So I'm going to get a couple of precepts. All right. Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh that he have taken against Edom, and America's modern day Edom, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. All right. And today, spiritually, Teman is American, but it starts with them Germans over there in Europe. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, man. So the least of the flock of these Nazis, that's what who's over there in Ukraine, a bunch of Nazis. And the least of the flock are drawing Russia into the war, and drawing America into the war now. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them, man. All right. So this is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right. So we're hearing about wars happening with Russia, Ukraine, over there in the east with Palestinians and Israel, drawing out America into that area as well, with India and China and Taiwan as a proxy, pulling China and America into war. This is all the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. So this is another rumor of war. That World War III has already started, which I agree. It's just the beginning of it, and the climax is going to be the destruction of the daughter of Babylon. All right, the U.S. See that ye be not troubled. All right, so don't be troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, man. See, the end is not yet. It's according to prophecy. There's going to be proxy wars. We already entered the nuclear age after World War II. Now they're brandishing their weapons. The Lord said the sword is furbished. All right, and now everybody's showing their weapons. Everybody choosing their sides, and ultimately nuclear war is going to be announced at some point. Russia already said it. This war is going to be nuclear, and they're testing all their nuclear weapons as a deterrent to its adversaries. So once that gets announced, they're going to start using tactical nukes. You know, this is Mark 13:28. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When her branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is near. All right, so you can judge by the plants or the trees to tell when the weather's changing, all right? Just like when it's springtime. But you know that summer is not, all right? The heat. So ye in like manner, when ye shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at hand, right? Why? Because he said what? Let me get this real quick. Where is it at? All right. So when you're seeing the prophecies start to come to pass, you know that the end is close, and Yahweh Shai is at the door. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision, these prophecies, all right, is yet for an appointed time. Right? The Lord has an appointed time for it, like right now. But at the end, it shall speak. See, we're at the end, and now the prophecies are speaking. They're showing themselves like fruit that's budding on a tree, and not lie. All right, you're gonna know that these scriptures, the Lord spoke the truth, man. Everything that has come to pass. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. What's that? World War III, and the deliverance of Israel and the judgment of 2/3 and these heathens, all right, to destruction. So all right. So let's go back to the parable. And the parable is basically a mystery or a simile or a riddle. Mark 13 and 28. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. All right, just like the fig trees, they turn green in the springtime, and then you know that summer is nigh. Just like this, the coming of the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai. All right, when the prophecies come to pass. When her branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh, or the kingdom really, the judgments. So ye in like manner, when ye shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors. All right, World War III as well. Verily I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass till all things be done. So if you were born in 50 AD or so, and you heard the teachings of Paul and Peter, or around 30 AD, and you heard the teachings of Yahweh Shai, and he was telling you about those prophecies of those times and future prophecies. All right. That generation didn't pass until all those things were fulfilled. Just like now, in this time, when you see the end time prophecy spoken of in the book of Revelations come to pass, you know that summer is nigh, that Yahweh Shai, the kingdom is at hand. All right, and the judgments. So this generation shall not pass till all the prophecies be fulfilled. Okay. Heaven and earth shall pass away. See, Esau's rulership is going to pass away. But my words shall not pass away. Okay. And his word is ultimately the truth. All right. And Yahweh Shai as well. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. So it's set for an appointed time. All in the Father's will. And nobody knows that moment to where he's going to send Yahweh Shai. But the prophecies can give us a signal that we're in that time period. And to be ready. Take ye heed, watch, and pray. All right? So we take heed, and we watch, and we praying. You know? For ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and the servants represent the prophets, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at evening, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning. We don't know when he's going to show up. But we know according to the prophecies that certain prophecies had to play out, and then the Lord is going to bring his will upon this earth. All right? His judgment. Watch ye therefore. All right, so lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. See, that's what we're watching. You know, some people are watching in different watches of the night, in the morning, in the nighttime, in the evening. And, you know, and got the cock crowing. But you never know when the Lord's going to show up. So that's why we do our best. He said, give diligence to make that calling and an election sure. All right? So this thing is going to come unexpectedly. That's why they like, yo, with World War III has begun. But you don't see them talking about it on the major news or putting it out there. You know, it's going to come as a thief in the night. Even though we're telling people about it, they're still not going to be able to get it. Second Ezra 16:21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth. See, everybody living it up. You know, you watch all these celebrities like Fat Joe and DJ Khaled, and P. Diddy. You can tell they're living in spiritual Egypt right now, man. The lap of luxury. Dude changed the name to Love. The victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Sword. See, part of that sword is this war, right? Martial law and death and famine and great confusion. So the famine that can happen with the droughts that's happening, and great confusion, man, especially in the land of Babylon, the place of confusion. So many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of the famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So it's letting you know in order that the famine is coming first, the economic collapse, or the lack of food, the hyperinflation, and those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the sword represents the missiles. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So we know perfectly through faith that the day of the Lord could happen at any moment. You know, it could happen next month. It could happen the month after, anytime this year. They're saying that the hyperinflation or the dollar crash could happen by the end of the year. Possibly, possibly. So that can bring what? In high fruit prices. And then you have the drought. They said they have 10 weeks left, allegedly, of wheat on the earth. All right. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, right? And the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. He's coming to bring fire, coming to send fire upon the earth. You know, the matter of fact, let's get that. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh, say that day, the day of the Lord, that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. So even 2/3 of our people. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch, man. But unto you that fear my name, the name of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings and his chariots. And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall, meaning being micromanaged, individually taken care of by the holy angels and the top angel Yahushai and the Father Yahweh. So this is going to happen, man. All right? So that's the day of the Lord. So the day of the Lord, what? 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, see, everybody in their comfort zone. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right, so none of these heathens or anybody that's set up to be destroyed here, they're not going to escape in 2/3. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. So everybody that's dwelling in darkness are going to be destroyed here. All right. And ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So to be sleep means to miss the opportunity that's being presented to you, like somebody that's dead or unresponsive or incoherent. All right, and watch and be sober means to be patient and to be to have your head on the swivel. All right, not being drunken with the philosophies and the politics of this world. Okay. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love for an helmet and the hope of salvation. See, we're hoping for salvation. For Yahweh hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai. In the midst of these wars, man. The 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. It's going to come unexpectedly, man. See, that's why they're saying this war has already started. So by the time anybody realizes it, they're going to be at the end of the climax of the war. That's when they're going to start seeing it. Like, oh, man, you know. It shall be, they're going to have, terrible fear going to take hold of the people. And the women that have turned their back on the men of the Lord, is that those women going to see it, you know, and the men going to see it as well. 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away. And he's coming to take back. There's going to be like a stick up. And the Lord's showing up to take back his jewels, his elect, like a pirate. You know, what you call the captain of the sea, the heavens, the Shemayim. It says what? The heavens shall pass away with a great noise, as we just read in Malachi. All right, with a great noise, that's going to be them explosions. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up, right? So the judgment day is going to come unexpectedly, so the people are going to be caught off guard. They're going to think themselves in good case, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, the breach is going to break. The walls are going to fall in this place, and all hell going to break loose, which it's doing now, and leading up to the ultimate full destruction upon this whole land by Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversations and godliness, so in all your actions, even in your household, you know, and in the camps, in your daily life, and in this truth. What type of person should we be in all our actions, you know, in our spiritual walk? We should be walking in the footsteps of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, looking for it and hastening. That's why he said watch. Hastening, how do you hasten it? Hasten the day, according to Revelation 7. He said, scriptures say, the Lord is holding back the winds until the 144,000 and the 1/3 is sealed. So our job is to go around and teach each other to the belief in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, thus sealing the elect. So that's how you hasten the day. Each one, reach one, teach one. The quicker we do that and enhance each other in the faith and according to the will of the Lord, one man planteth, another man watereth, but the Most High to give the increase. All right. So we were looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord, day of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So that everything that they built up in this place is all going to melt, turn into lava. Thus you're going to have a lake of fire. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, see, the elect, according to the Lord's promise that he gave to Abraham and to Yahushai, and that Yahushua gave to his elect and disciples, we're looking for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. You see that? Not that he's going to destroy the whole earth, but it's going to seem like that. But no, this is a targeted judgment, a sacrifice in Basra that the Lord has, man, upon this place. And specific people and type of people that the Lord is going to judge, called the wicked. All right? So we're looking for a new heaven and new earth, and the best cleansing agent is fire. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. All right? So that's how we get clean, by doing this work. And the reward is that the Lord is going to make us perfect. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. That goes with this generation shall not pass until the prophecies be fulfilled, basically. All right? So we're seeing it. They talking about World War III, not World War I, not World War II. You know, not the establishment of America, the independent war. No, this is World War III. And that's the last war when the Lord said he's going to return. All right, this is Revelations 11:12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. See that? And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. This is the elect getting taken up into the chariots. And their enemies beheld them. And the same hour, that same time period, that same hour, it's going to be quick, was there a great earthquake. That's when the missiles hitting the earth. And the 10th part of the city fell, meaning all of this place is going to fall. America's broken up into 10 FEMA zones, all right? And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. That means an innumerable number of people are going to be destroyed. But it's going to be a complete number that the Lord has chosen. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe will come quickly, right? So that's it, man, right there. That's going to be the third war, Third World War. It's going to be start off with nukes flying, all right? They at war now, but the climax is going to be them nukes getting shot off on this place. 200 million ICBM warheads going to hit this place. So we're measuring the time diligently in itself with the scriptures. All right. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before. See, that way he said, learn the parable of a fig tree. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So the Lord is visiting the earth with judgment. All right. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the peoples, there's earthquakes all over the earth in diverse places, and uproars of the people and rumors of wars, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, right? Because we're in a full world collapse that's happening of a whole fiat currency system, not just here in Babylon, but it's going to be around the whole world, because they're moving from the fiat paper money to the digital system. All right? So there's going to be a judgment upon the whole world. Therefore, there's going to be a lot of places destroyed, but ultimately, ultimately, the main focus of the Lord is going to be on this place, America, the great city. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, man. Even from the beginning of time. Sheesh. That's prophecy. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end. See? We had the entering in of our judgment. Now we have the outro of our judgment, which is going to be judgment to death upon the 2/3 and a judgment to life upon the elect, to start off the new beginning, which will have no end, all right, which will be the kingdom. And the end is manifest. See, the end is manifest. See, the Lord intervenes and he speaks it, then it comes to pass. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works, as us coming to slavery and such, and endings and effects and signs, man. Okay, spiritual power, like special effects, like when we came out of Egypt or out of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, and see, the Lord will lead us into a place and then bring us out with power. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, man. See, we believe, and we've been warning people. They're like, no, it ain't happening. It's not gonna happen in these times. See, they're not watching. They're not trusting the spirit of truth. But the ones that believe, you shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see the Lord's salvation in his land, and within his borders. For it says, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So that means you were with the Lord from the beginning, man, chosen to be the first fruits into his kingdom. And through his power, he has intervened and made it this way in the end of time, in the end of the ages of the wicked upon the earth. And the Lord has separated the righteous unto himself that he promised from the beginning. This is Revelation 8. No, 8 and 11. Nope. I'll start from I'm gonna go from here to get to the point. 11. And the name of the star is called Wormwood, right? Verse 10. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven. See, that's what it said. The star is going to fall. It's talking about these missiles, right? ICBM missiles, giant missiles. And Russia just brandished the world's most heaviest missile, 400,000 pounds, man, called the Sarmat 2. It says, a burning as it were a lamp. An intercontinental ballistic missile going out of space and coming back into space. And they also have some that don't need to go out of space anymore, but that can go around any type of object that's in its way, called the Invincible Missile over there in Russia, the Vanguard. It said, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the waters and upon the fountains of waters, man. So out there in the ocean, and the third part today represents the wicked, and the focus of that would be America, all right? So wherever their ships are at, wherever, and over here, and the name of the star is called Wormwood, all right? Wormwood represents basically poison, all right? So the waters are going to be radiation or poison from these missiles. There's going to be tsunamis and everything. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the water. So people drinking the waters, and also the wars that's going to be happening out there with the aircraft carriers. They got plans for that, the EMPs. because they were bitter. All right, so all the waters, anybody will be able to drink the water in areas of the earth, certain areas in the midst of this war. Because it's going to be fuel, oil, nuclear radiation. And the fourth angel sounded, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise, man. So part of the basically the climax of the day, which would be at noon. All right. Early in the morning, it's still gonna be dark, like nighttime. And at night, you're not gonna be able to see the moon because of the nuclear fallout. All right, and the smoke. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, "Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth." That's World War III. By reason of the other voices of the trumpet of the three angels which are yet to sound, man. All right. All right, so I'm going to end with this, Revelation 9 and 12, because this is prophecy, and it's going to happen. The Lord spoke it, also according to Revelation 1. Let me get that real quick. Right here. Revelation 1 and 1, the revelation to the revealing of Yahweh Shai Mashiach from Yahweh, or which Yahweh gave unto him, to show unto his servants the things which must shortly come to pass. It's going to be short to the Lord, because 1,000 years is as a day to him. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of Yahweh and of the testimony of Yahweh Shai of all the things that he saw, man. All right, so let's get it. Revelation 9 and 12, ended with this. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. And we're in the time of that third woe.